Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Ronan and I have boxes in front of me. Yeah, boxes. Cause today we're building a video editing PC. This is an all AMD video editing PC for 1080p video. And yeah, let's go over the components that we have real quick, starting with the processor. We have a Ryzen 5 3600. We have, for the motherboard, we have the MSI Bazooka B450M Max Wi-Fi motherboard. For RAM, we have 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX. Graphics card, we have the new AMD Radeon 5500 XT. Storage, we have 500 gig M.2 SSD. We're recording on a Samsung T5 1TB card. So, yeah. Case fans. We have the Arctic P12s. Very cheap, very silent, very cool. And the power supply, we have a 550 watt from EVGA. It is bronze and it is fully modular. Case, it's pretty simple case, no side panel as we don't really have any RGB components here. Very small, very minimal, since we may be putting it underneath the desk. This is the Cougar MG120 elegant and compact mini tower case. So, let's build this thing, shall we? That could have gone a lot smoother.
This computer will primarily be used for video editing. Well, not primarily, just always for video editing. So I wanted to keep the specs under $1,000 and for video editing specifically. So that's why I went for the 6 cores, 12 threads. That's going to be more than enough for rendering. 16 gigs of RAM, more than enough for rendering and using Premiere Pro as well. The graphics card, pretty top-notch it's not the best, not the worst, somewhere in the middle, but especially to get the underneath the $1,000 amount, that's a pretty good graphics card for the money. So yeah, that's why I chose those components. This case was kind of hard, but not that hard to build in. The main reason why I said it's kind of hard is, as you see right now, plugging in the power supply, I didn't know that you can take off the hard drive places. I didn't know you could take that out, and I was just wondering how to put the power supply cables in, and I figured that out, and it was pretty smooth sailing. But other than that, the SD, or where the SD cards go, it has the tiniest little gap in between where the GPU fans are and the SD card slots. So I have no clue if that's going to be enough intake for the graphics card, but only time will tell. Those are really my only concerns about this case. Other than that, it's a pretty fantastic case. Holds 6 fans with it, which is wonderful. 2 different filters, which is good. It's just that I don't know if another issue I have, the front fans, I have those as intake. There's only 2 tiny little slits, which I think I show, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's only just 2 tiny little slits on the front of the case, which I don't know if that's going to be giving enough air to the system. So the GPU fan intake being an issue and the whole case fans intake being an issue, other than that, it was pretty good. It's pretty smooth sailing. And yep, let's see how it runs.
Okay, this is the moment of truth to see if I did everything correctly, which hopefully I did. But it's going to be going on to the top monitor, which you can't see right now, but you can see the computer. So, there you go. Let's give it a try. Okay, I can see the CPU fan going, and I just realized I need a keyboard on there. So, I do see a light on the power button, which is fantastic to see. Okay, it stopped for a second, which is weird. Let me make sure all the fans are going. Okay, those fans are going, those fans are going. And that fan down there is also going. Okay, so yes, all the fans are going. And, sorry about that, we also have writing on the top screen. So, that's good. It says, press F1 to run setup. Press F2 to load default values and connection and continue. Let me actually plug in a keyboard and we'll get straight onto that. Okay, so I've put it at the bottom already now. We are, right now, we're running at 3.6 gigahertz on the CPU. Motherboard correct, CPU correct, 16 gigs of RAM. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Game boost enabled. It is not recommended to do any modifications under. I did not see what that said. But okay. Fantastic. Man, that's. Those fans are extremely quiet. Holy smokes. I want to say like 6 inches away. I can barely hear it. Holy smokes. That's with the side panels off. That's insane. So as this is a PC made for video editing, for 1080p video editing, might be able to do 4K. I don't have any 4K video that I can use to test out, but I can put it in the description down below once I can get my hands on some 4K footage, or comment down below. And I'll tell you if it can actually handle 4K, which my guess is it should be able to. I don't see why it shouldn't be able to. I have a 1080p video right here that I've loaded up in Premiere Pro, and this video that I have here, this is a weekly podcast that I do. It's talking about movies. This clip was 2 weeks ago, or yeah, two episodes ago or so, where we watched The Usual Suspects. Most recent one, we watched Ford versus Ferrari, and next week we are going to be watching Bullet. So, we watched the movie, then right afterwards we turn the camera on and say what we thought about the movie and talk about it. So, yep, about like a half-hour podcast every week, and it's Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Let's go and run the. Let's see how long it takes to render, is what I'm trying to say. Export, media. Okay, so we are doing an H.264 file. This is 1920 by 1080p. It's not much. There's like a little zoom in, but other than that, it's not really like heavily affected or FX or color grading or anything like that. It's just normal 1080p, 30 frames per second. Let's see how long it takes to export. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm in the process of editing this video right now, and just in a little bit I'm gonna roughly say how long it took, but to be exact, it took 8 minutes and 42 seconds to render out this video. I am blown away. So that just finished rendering. That was pretty quick. I want to say that was like less than 10 minutes, but I'll record a bit like over, like I'll record a bit when I'm editing, just like to see like the exact number, or I might just put it in the comments. But I think that was less than 10 minutes. That's pretty good for a 46-minute video, 1080p, 30 frames. I mean, less than 10 minutes. That's about a fourth of the video. I mean, keep in mind there's no effects, no color grading or anything like that, but still, man, that's really good. Okay. With that being said, I'm fairly certain it should be able to do 4K video. It does have a 5500 XT, which is pretty decent. It's gaming when it comes to gaming. This particular computer we did not build for gaming. We built it for video editing. But I mean, I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty certain it should be able to do like medium to high setting games, like AAA titles, at around about 60 FPS with medium to high settings. I mean, not Cyberpunk, but yeah, fairly certain it should be able to do some good. And yep, that's gonna be all for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
You guys know what to do. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Tell us, what do you think? Would you make any modifications to the build that we have behind me? Or yeah, that's about it. Bye.